Well, welcome back. We're with Sid Harrell's book, and we're talking about reckoning with privilege. Now, the title, Tech and the Privilege of Credibility, for any of us who have been in the tech industry to some degree, engineers or mathematicians, we know that being a technologist comes with instant credibility. In fact, the greater the depth and detail of what you know in any given practice, the more people come back to you. And that could be taken for granted. The technologist has all the answers. And this technology will save your project. A new technology or an emerging technology will satisfy your needs. It's like what Donella Meadows talked about, people rushing to implementation without thinking about those core goals and objectives. What was the problem to begin with? And was technology even a part of the answer? And so undoing the tech savior complex as a technologist means you go into an engagement and you basically declare humility. You don't have the answers, and you certainly don't have all the answers. And so using this approach, you're there to listen. The beginning in terms of problem identification, requirements gathering is all about listening. And if we're going to declare a human-centered approach, we better be armed with all those tools and techniques that encourage communities to provide feedback. And feedback loops are things that are embedded in relationships. The more people communicate, it means they have a chance at cooperating. But if there's limited communication, it means there's a lack of cooperation. And usually what we have is a mismatch in what we are aiming to do in a given project. And so representing civic tech work is a privilege beyond that of the tech privilege, because what you're saying is you're working for the community. You're building for a better future. You're building for the ability to look at planetary boundaries and social boundaries and to respond to them. Some of you may have seen elements of videos that I've posted online on Kate Raworth's donor economics, which was heavily influenced, of course, by Elinor Ostrom's work and also Donella Meadows' work. But what she talks about are relationships. She talks about representation from various sectors, people coming together to ensure sustainability, both in place and in people. How can we also make civic tech accessible for everyone? For example, in the potential for crowdsourcing. And how can we, as Elinor Ostrom said in her 2012 Nobel Prize economic speech, trust. How do people trust one another in various stakeholder types when often they have been portrayed as coming to loggerheads? And so the question of being an ally to civil society, that the community is there to inform and provide guidance on what kind of solutions they may require, but also, more importantly, what their problems actually are. So that's a bit of a rundown on chapter 2.